babies, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to yet another video on my channel. Well, this video is sponsored by Nangula's full coverage cream foundation, and I'm so excited because this is a Namibian product, you know, proudly Namibian product. So today we're going to create an everyday makeup look to go from basic to baddie. You know, when you want to go to the mall, do some grocery shopping, run some errands, Netflix and chill with your boyfriend, go to the movies and so on and so forth, and you don't want to look like you put too much effort, this is the look that you want to do. But before I do that, I just want to introduce you guys to the product. This is the package that you get when you buy the product. It's quite big, I know, but yeah. So when you open it, this is what you get. This is the packaging. Quite fancy, I know. So Hannah has like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different shades, and she caters for all types of women of color, light-skinned women, white women. So these are the 2 shades that she, okay, not the 2 shades, but this is the darkest shade and this is the lightest shade that she has from her range. I'm just gonna name a few of her foundations for you. The darkest one is called Copper, and this one is called Tega. This one is called MAGGYNUT, which is my shade. This one is called Dunes. This one is called Namib. This one is called Honeycombs. Yes, Honeycombs. And then this one is called Soil. So if you'd like to know how I created this look, stay tuned and watch my video. You sit you sit Okay, so let's get straight into the video. So we're gonna start by priming the face, and this time around I'll be using the Pond's Lasting Oil Control Vanishing Cream. It's for oily skin, so this controls the oil. So if you don't have a primer, this is actually a good option to use as a primer. Okay, we're gonna have some of these applied on the areas on your face where you feel like, you know, your makeup is tripping a lot or gets oily a lot and becomes a bit, you know, creasy. Don't forget to moisturize before you do this. It's very important to moisturize. So after you have primed your face, you get in to the eyebrows. I know the last time you guys gave me a very hard time about not starting with my eyebrows, and I'm still not going to be starting with my eyebrows in all my other videos, but this time I'm doing this for the ladies who don't know how to do their brows. So you take your spoolie. You can get this at any MAC stores, or sometimes it comes with like the eyeliner. Like this eyeliner comes with a spoolie brush. So you're gonna take your spoolie, just brush your your eyebrows upwards and to the direction that your eyebrows would be going. And then I like to use an angle brush. I think I showed you guys in my previous video, and I'm gonna go in with my LA Girl brow kit once again. This is not the only option. You can actually also use a brow pencil, be it in a dark brown or light brown, depending on your skin tone, and also depending on how dark you want your eyebrows to be. So what you need to do is, this is how I do it. So this is my technique. It doesn't necessarily have to be, you know, YouTube approved or makeup artist approved, but I like to outline the top of my brow like this. So once I've outlined it, I like to leave this part, the top part, open just like that, so that I'm able to just, you know, create strokes. I create strokes at the beginning of my brow to give it a more natural look. So after I've created the strokes, I just like to create more strokes inside the brow, just to fill up any open spaces that you might have in between your hairs. And so this is for people, I don't do much, but this is for people who don't actually have a lot of hair on their eyebrows. So you just create a bit more strokes like that. Okay, so once you've done that, you just go back in with your spoolie once again and just brush it just to avoid having harsh lines on your brows, just to give it a more natural look. So if there's anything that you didn't do right, you just go back in with your brush and fix it. And remember to always brush it out. So we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the other brow. So once you've drawn your eyebrows, you want to go in with your concealer. I like to use the LA Girl Pro Conceal High Definition Concealer in the color Fawn. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just clean up the brow to make it look like it was just neatly cut right now with a blade. You need to remember that your eyebrows are not sisters, but they're cousins. No, they're not twins. They're actually sisters. They're not supposed to be cousins, they're supposed to be sisters, so they're not going to be identical, but you can try your best to make them look identical. It is actually optional. Like if you have a flat brush, you can use a flat brush, but you know, I've taught myself how to use the brush, the applicator brush, so I'm able to use the applicator brush to draw my brows. If you have a flat brush, or you probably have a clean angle brush, you can use an angle brush to clean up your brow. I just like to use the applicator because I feel like it's like, you know, it's what I've always done. It's how I learned to do my brow. So I use the applicator to clean out my brow. So normally I would use a lighter shade on the bottom of my brow and a darker shade on the top. But I feel like a fawn blends in well with my skin or with my foundation, so it's not necessary for me to use two-tone concealers, just use one. Okay, cool. So now that you've drawn your eyebrows, make sure that they are in shape. If you feel like there's anything that's not done right, you just go back in with your brow powder or your brow pencil. But if you feel like they're perfectly cleaned up, you just take a flat brush or fluffy brush, or whatsoever. This is actually a fluffy brush that I'm just going to clean out my concealer with. You want to be very careful because this is like do or die. Like if you make a mistake here, you'll have to do your brow over again. Whew, okay, I feel like the brows are like the most difficult part of the makeup. You guys were right about that. So once you have them drawn, you just take your brush and just, you know, lightly pat in the middle just to create that space, and you know, just brush them just to create that transition look from light to dark from the start of your brows. Okay, cool. They're not perfect, but they will be once I'm done. So after you've done this, you want to go in with your foundation now. My foundation shade from the Nangula Full Coverage Cream Foundation is MAGGYNUT. This is how it looks like. And you close it. And this is how it is. Cute little packaging. So this is what I'm going to use. It's a very thick foundation, so you want to, I don't know, I use a spoon, but you don't have to. You can use your finger. It's like a little plastic spoon, but you can use your finger to just, you know, spread it all over your face. And it's quite dark, but I think it's close to my skin tone, I believe. It's very, very, very thick, so I guess that's why it's a full coverage, because it's really, really, really thick. Okay, so now we're not going to blend it out with a flat brush, my favorite brush. I must say that this foundation is very, it's not lightweight, it's very full, very heavy. We're not heavy, but I think it just needs a bit more blending, but it's full coverage, but it's quite heavy. I think I applied a lot of foundation. I think this is a foundation that you'd want to use a bit of it, like small portions of it, if you do want to use it throughout the day, because it will definitely, you know, cause a lot of sweating if you use a lot of it. So since it's so full and so creamy, I think I should have used like small amounts instead of using so much foundation onto my skin. I'm just going to try to blend it in a bit more. Okay, so after a lot of blending, because I used a lot of foundation, okay, now that I've done a whole lot of blending because I used a whole lot of foundation, I'm going to go in with my concealer once again, my Elegant Pro in the color Fawn, and I'm going to highlight the areas where the light hits you the most, which is the bridge of your nose, on your chin, a little bit on your forehead, under your eyes. Okay, so you're going to blend this out with the same brush. And like I said, you can opt to use a beauty blender. I'm going to use a beauty blender in my next tutorial, just so that you guys can see how the beauty blender blends. I do enjoy using this brush, however you can also use a beauty blender. Okay, so now that you've blended out your concealer, you want to go in with your setting powder. And like I said the last time, you are free to use beignet powder, baking powder, banana powder. I honestly am obsessed with translucent setting powders. This one is from Dermablend Professional. It's a loose setting powder as well. So I like to use this to just set the areas which I have concealed to avoid creasing. The good thing about translucent setting powder is you can actually use it all over your face because it's not too light. It doesn't show, it's white but it's not light at all. That's the difference between the setting powder and the translucent powder, because the setting yellow powder will cause this yellowness on your face, and that's why we mainly use it on areas that we've highlighted and not all over the face. But the good thing about this powder is that you can use it all over your face. Not a lot of it, but just, you know, a subtle amount of it. So now that we've set our face with our translucent powder, we are going in with contouring. I'm going to contour my face with my MAC Studio Fix. I must say I do not know what the shade of this. It's an NW50 something. It's a very old powder, so I've used it for quite some time. I don't even know what the shade is, but this is the shade that you get. So I'm going to use that for contouring. So you don't have to find a bronzer or a specific contouring powder. You just have to find yourself a darker shade powder to actually contour. And at times I like to use, you know, my brown eyeshadows because, you know, I like makeup that's multi-purpose. So you're gonna contour from the start of your ear up here, going down towards the end of your brow. Contour the nose and around your chin. Give you that illusion that you have like a sharp chin. If you do have a light foundation, because mine is just blending in with my skin well, you can also highlight on top of your forehead. Don't forget your jawline. So we're going to go in again with our translucent powder, and we're just going to try and highlight underneath our contour. Okay, now we're going to go in with blush. I'm going to use my Girls Night Out blush from Lady V's Beauty Planet, the one that I used in my previous makeup video. So today I'm going to go in with these orange shades. I like orange because it works so well with melanin. Just going to dab into these three orange colors to minimize the redness or the orangeness or the pinkness, whichever blush you decide to use. Alright, now that we've done the face, before we get into highlighter, we are quickly going to do the eyes. I'm going to use my Essence Super Last eyeliner. It's in matte black. It's an Essence product. You can get it at any Clicks or Discount. It's very affordable. And we're going to do wing liner. I feel like I suck at wing liners because, you know, I think it's always been a very tough thing to do because this wing liner is always better than this one. And today they're looking a bit, you know, looking like sisters today, because I normally would not know how to make them the exact same size. And this one is always the queen and this one is always like the little princess. So So since I can't find my actual mascara, I'm just gonna use this one by Beauty Treats. I would normally use the Essence or whichever other mascara. I've not used this one yet, but let's try. You know, any mascara is good as long as the brush is nice. So before we do our waterline, let's quickly just line our waterline. No, I meant before we do our lower lash, let's quickly do our waterline. We're going to take any black eyeliner. This one is okay, cool. I normally use this one by Maybelline, but I'm going to use this one. It's by Disco. I don't even know what Disco is, but we're going to use this one. I'm not really choosy when it comes to stuff like mascara and eyeliners and stuff like that. Maybe foundation. So honestly, I use any mascara, any liquid liner. Okay, liquid liner, I would use the Essence or the Maybelline because it's affordable, plus it works just as good as any other high-end makeup brand. So I wouldn't really mind you using any mascara or any eyeliner or any, you know, liquid liner. So now we're gonna just intensify the look of our lower lashes. I really wish I could find my Essence mascara because it would have done such a better job. Okay, so before we get into highlighter, I like to do my lips before I do my highlighter. So we're gonna line our lips using this it's a MAC, I don't know, it's a brown eyeliner that I got from MAC. You know, you could use it for your lips. It's as good as a lip liner. We're just gonna outline our lips. So when I do line my lips, I just like to intensify it with a powder. I don't know, I like it to be matte before it's moisturized. So I'm just gonna use this brown eyeshadow from the V Beauty's palette, and I'm just gonna like mattify it a little bit, and also helps to intensify the color. So this next step is optional. That's if you are into this type of thing. I like to take my concealer and I like to conceal the outer part of my lip, just to give me that, you know, Kylie Jenner type of look, you know, just to, it's like overlining your lip, but it's just like, you know, bringing out your lips a bit more. So I like to highlight around my lip. So after that, you're just going to blend it out. Okay, cool. Now that I've done that, I'm going to just quickly move on and highlight the rest of my face before we put on our lashes and put on our lip color. We're doing a nude lip today. This is a retro matte it's a liquid lipstick called Lady Be Good. It's by MAC. You can get it at the Edgar's in the MAC department. Let me just finish this part and then I go to the highlighting part. So because it's an everyday makeup look, you don't want to put too much. It's like a pinkish nude, so I just put like a little bit of it like in the center of my lip, and then I blend it out. Okay, so I'm gonna take my highlighter. I'm using this highlighting palette by Revolution. It's quite old, so the printing on the top is not there anymore, but you can see from the back that it's a Revolution palette called Golden Sugar 2 Rose Gold. This is how it looks like on the inside. I really like this color right here in the corner because, I don't know, it just gives me that glowy look. So I'm going to take a brush, start by highlighting my brow bone, the bridge of my nose, the inner corners of my eyes, and last but not least, we're going to highlight our cheekbones. Okay, so I'm just gonna wear my lashes and be right back. Okay, now that we have our lashes on, I actually use mink lashes that I got from Hannah. She does sell them, so you guys can get some lashes from Hannah. These are the less dramatic ones because, you know, it's an everyday makeup look. We're gonna finish off our makeup by using our favorite M.O.D finishing spray. Ah, it smells so good. Ooh, okay. And we're done. So this is my final look using the Nangula full coverage cream foundation, and I must say I am obsessed with the coverage. I get to cover whatever defaults I have, and you know, good job Hannah, I'm proud of you. So now you're ready to go on a date with your boo, or go watch Netflix, or run errands, or go on a quick lunch date with this everyday makeup look. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, leave a comment below if you like this video. See you next time. Thank you for watching. Mwah.